What if the strongest team in the world could lose to a country no one expected? What if one single goal could shock millions of fans and change football history forever? The FIFA World Cup has given us unforgettable victories, heartbreaking defeats, and moments that no one saw coming. Every 4 years, giants fall, underdogs rise, and impossible dreams become reality. Today, we will discover the greatest World Cup upsets of all time, the matches that proved anything can happen in football. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Universal English. The FIFA World Cup is the biggest stage in football. Every player dreams of lifting the famous golden trophy. Every nation hopes to make history. Before each tournament begins, experts predict which teams will become champions. But football has one beautiful rule. The match is not won on paper. It is won on the field. Throughout World Cup history, many powerful teams have entered matches as clear favorites. They had world-class players, experienced coaches, millions of supporters. Yet, against all expectations, they were defeated by teams that nobody believed could win. These shocking moments remind us why billions of people love football. Because in football, courage can defeat talent, belief can defeat experience, and determination can defeat fear. Let us begin the journey through the greatest World Cup upsets ever witnessed. North Korea shocks Italy, 1966. The year was 1966. England was hosting the FIFA World Cup. Italy arrived as one of Europe's strongest teams. They were respected across the football world. Their players were experienced. Their fans expected them to reach the later stages of the tournament. Their final group match seemed easy. Their opponent was North Korea. Very few people believed North Korea had any chance of winning. Many experts predicted an easy Italian victory. But football had different plans. From the first whistle, the North Korean players fought with incredible determination. They chased every ball. They defended bravely. They never looked afraid. Then, just before halftime, Pak Duik scored the only goal of the match. The stadium fell silent. Italy attacked again and again. But North Korea refused to surrender. When the referee blew the final whistle, one of the greatest shocks in football history had become reality. North Korea had defeated Italy. The football world could hardly believe what had happened. It was proof that heart can sometimes overcome reputation. Algeria defeats West Germany, 1982. 16 years later, another unbelievable surprise arrived. The 1982 FIFA World Cup was held in Spain. West Germany entered the tournament as one of the strongest teams on earth. They were former world champions. Their squad was filled with experienced stars. Their opening match was against Algeria. Most people expected an easy German victory. Some newspapers even discussed how many goals Germany would score. But Algeria ignored every prediction. The players believed in themselves. They attacked with confidence. They defended with discipline. Then, against all expectations, Algeria defeated West Germany 2-1. Football fans around the world were amazed. It became one of the biggest surprises the World Cup had ever seen. Although Algeria did not continue far in the tournament, they earned something even greater: respect. They showed that African football could compete with the world's best teams. Their victory inspired future generations across Africa. Cameroon changes football history, 1990. When the 1990 FIFA World Cup began in Italy, defending champions Argentina were expected to dominate once again. They had Diego Maradona, one of the greatest players in history. Their first opponent was Cameroon. Very few people gave Cameroon any chance. Some believed Argentina would win comfortably. Instead, Cameroon produced one of the bravest performances ever seen at a World Cup. They defended with incredible courage. They challenged every attack. Despite receiving red cards, They never stopped fighting. Then François Omenbayek scored the winning goal. The football world was stunned. Cameroon defeated the defending world champions 1-0. The celebration became unforgettable. The victory inspired millions of young African footballers. Cameroon continued making history by becoming the first African team to reach the World Cup quarterfinals. They proved that determination can change history. Senegal's unforgettable beginning, 2002. In 2002, another African nation shocked the world. Senegal was making its very first FIFA World Cup appearance. Their opening match could not have been more difficult. They faced France. France were the defending world champions. They were also the reigning European champions. Their team was filled with famous stars. Almost nobody believed Senegal could compete. But Senegal believed. The players showed courage from the very first minute. Papa Bouba Diop scored the only goal of the match. When the referee ended the game, Senegal had defeated the defending champions. Players celebrated with unforgettable dancing. Fans across Africa celebrated together. It became one of the proudest moments in African football history. The victory reminded everyone that dreams do not depend on experience. They depend on belief. South Korea's incredible journey. The same tournament produced another unforgettable surprise. South Korea hosted the World Cup together with Japan. Before the tournament began, very few experts believed South Korea could challenge Europe's strongest teams. But match after match, they surprised the football world. They defeated Italy. Then they defeated Spain. Suddenly, South Korea had reached the World Cup semifinals. It was the first time an Asian nation had ever reached that stage. Millions celebrated across the country. Whether people agreed with every decision in those matches or not, one fact remained true. South Korea had inspired an entire continent. They showed that football's biggest stage belongs to anyone brave enough to dream. A lesson the world never forgets. Every one of these matches teaches the same lesson. Football is never decided by reputation. Big names cannot guarantee victory. Expensive players cannot promise success. On the World Cup stage, every nation begins with the same dream. For 90 minutes, anything is possible. That is why the FIFA World Cup continues to capture the hearts of billions of people around the world. And the greatest surprises were still waiting to come. Saudi Arabia stuns Argentina, 2022. The FIFA World Cup in Qatar began with one of the biggest surprises in football history. Argentina entered the tournament as one of the strongest teams in the world. They had not lost a match for more than 3 years. Many experts believed Lionel Messi would finally win the World Cup. Their first opponent was Saudi Arabia. Very few people expected anything except an easy Argentine victory. Everything started as predicted. Messi scored an early penalty. Argentina controlled possession. The match seemed completely under control. But football can change in a single moment. Early in the second half, Saudi Arabia equalized. Only a few minutes later, Salem Al-Dawsari scored a stunning goal. The stadium exploded with excitement. Argentina attacked until the final whistle. Saudi Arabia defended with incredible courage. When the referee ended the match, the football world stood in disbelief. Saudi Arabia had defeated one of the tournament favorites. It became one of the greatest World Cup upsets ever. Although Argentina later recovered and won the World Cup, this unforgettable match reminded everyone that no team is unbeatable. Croatia ends Brazil's dream, 2022. Another unforgettable surprise came during the same tournament. Brazil arrived in Qatar as one of the strongest teams in the world. Their squad was full of international stars. Many fans believed Brazil would win a 6th World Cup. Croatia respected Brazil. But they were not afraid. The Croatian players remained calm throughout the match. Brazil finally scored during extra time. Many supporters believed the game was over. But Croatia refused to give up. Just minutes before the end, Bruno Petkovic scored the equalizer. The match went to penalties. Croatia stayed confident. Their goalkeeper made crucial saves. When the final penalty was missed, Croatia celebrated another historic victory. Brazil's players fell to the ground in tears. Croatia had once again proven that teamwork and belief can overcome individual brilliance. Morocco inspires the world. 2022. Perhaps the most inspiring story of the 2022 World Cup belonged to Morocco. Before the tournament, very few people believed they could compete with football's biggest nations. But Morocco believed in themselves. They defended with discipline. They attacked with confidence. Most importantly, they played for each other. During the knockout stage, Morocco defeated Spain in a dramatic penalty shootout. The football world was shocked. Then they faced Portugal. Once again, many people expected Morocco to lose. Instead, they won 1-0. For the first time in history, an African nation reached the FIFA World Cup semifinals. Millions of people across Africa and the Arab world celebrated together. Children saw something they had never seen before. A team that nobody expected had reached football's biggest stage. Although Morocco did not win the World Cup, they won the hearts of millions. Their journey became one of the greatest underdog stories in football history. Why do giant killings happen? Many people ask the same question. How can weaker teams defeat football giants? The answer is surprisingly simple. Football is not only about famous players. It is about teamwork, discipline, belief, hard work. Sometimes the favorite team becomes too confident. Sometimes the underdog has nothing to lose. They play with courage. They fight for every ball. They never stop believing. That determination often creates history. World Cup upsets remind us that success cannot be bought. It must be earned. The beauty of the FIFA World Cup. Without surprises, football would never be as exciting. Imagine if the strongest team always won. Every tournament would become predictable. Fans would lose hope. But the World Cup is different. Every country begins with the same dream. Every player believes that something special can happen. That belief creates unforgettable moments. Unknown players become heroes. Small nations become global inspirations. One goal can change an entire country's history. That is why billions of people continue watching the FIFA World Cup. No one truly knows what will happen until the final whistle. More than just football. These incredible upsets teach lessons far beyond sport. They remind us never to judge people by appearances. Never underestimate those who work quietly. Never believe that success belongs only to the strongest. History often belongs to those who refuse to give up. Whether it was North Korea defeating Italy, Algeria shocking West Germany, Cameroon defeating Argentina, Senegal beating France, Saudi Arabia surprising Argentina, or Morocco inspiring the entire world. Each story carries the same powerful message. Impossible dreams sometimes become reality. A legacy that lives forever. Every FIFA World Cup creates new champions. But it also creates unforgettable underdogs. Years later, fans may forget the score of some finals. Yet they continue talking about these incredible surprises. Because they remind us why we fell in love with football. The greatest upsets are not simply unexpected victories. They are stories of courage defeating fear, hope defeating doubt, and belief defeating impossible odds. As long as football is played, new underdogs will continue chasing impossible dreams. And somewhere in the world, another team will remind us once again that in football, anything is possible. Thank you for watching this inspiring story on Universal English. If you enjoyed learning about the greatest World Cup upsets of all time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Keep learning, keep believing, and remember, every impossible victory begins with the courage to believe. See you in the next inspiring story.